Yeah. I saw that one coming.
Why the hell can I not hear? This is just madness. Oh my gosh.
You're getting old, man.
Happening? It's not, we're not playing into space. This is the Geeky Gamer Podcast with a whole bunch of us. We got plagued with technical difficulties on a level of extra.
It's IT technical aids. That's pretty much what it is.
We're playing around trying to manually make a flanger effect over here. You're like, how many inputs can I turn on at the outputs at the same time?
So yeah, we got a Patreon. Clearly we need it because nothing fucking works.
We do.
All lowercase letters. Mr. Interrupt do the soundtrack. Couchfire Media has this art media that you might or might not be able to see. And I think because of all the problems that we have had in the past, Torrible Productions just fucked off a long time ago.
Yeah, they pretty much like they actually just owe us money is what's happening.
Jesus did it because he got high.
I just watched that movie, The Gambler. Zombie Jesus. You know, yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, you didn't tell anybody.
Is that because you're the son of God, or? Oh no, I guess that wasn't his birthday. It was his death day.
He rose from the dead.
Was it
pagans? What?
It was a Friday, like big time.
It was a Sunday.
Yeah, but
Sunday.
Like he died on a Friday, or was it a Thursday? What day did he die? Was it a Tuesday?
I don't know. I have a feeling that they didn't have the days of the week like we do now. Did they, Holker?
He died on a Monday.
No, they had days of the week. That's where we got the names of the days of the week, actually. But they added a few over the years, you know. Saturday is Saturn's Day, you know.
He came into his retail job expecting a promotion, and they crucified him.
They got crucified. Jesus.
How it was. He was like, guys, I'm actually the CEO. They're like, fired.
Well, regardless, I was born yesterday. Many, many moons ago.
Congratulations.
What does that mean?
You've done a great job.
That your internet security is significantly less than it was before.
No, man.
Just for being older?
Yeah. No, because people know my birthday. But I always lie about
your
it.
social security number is already out there. Don't worry about it.
That's true. Everything's gone anyway.
It's so screwed.
The thing is like you just don't put your real birthday on anything. Like,
it doesn't matter. Right? Yeah. The only thing protecting you is the number that they, you know, the little fake phrase where they like, tell us your whatever. Anyway, yeah.
So speaking of fake phrases, we're playing DreadLore.
Hell yeah.
This is session 2 of The Adventures of Von Penn. There's a subtitle, but I'm not going to tell it to you because it'll tell you too much about what you're going to get into. Last game, we all, or I should say you all, met the crew of Von Penn's ship, an airship, a sloop, and you kind of got into some shit. Someone died, the chef. You were in the Myri'i Expanse. This is in the southeast of the world of Craster, of the known world. Although this is the least known part of it. It is a desert region. Vast, if you can't tell by the name. It is mountainous in places, not in others. Think of every desert, it's all that mashed into one. The one that you guys are near, or flying overhead, that's right, overhead, is stony and rather vacant. Think Death Valley. In fact, off to your east a few, maybe 50 miles, 100 miles, is this tectonic cliff. And the cliff drops, at hundreds of feet into a place called the Great Drop. And it is infamous for being a sort of Bermuda Triangle of places. There's storms that crop up. There's weird magic shit. Obviously, there's lore of it being cursed. A dead god is over there. Subcultures and, weird cults are said to go there. There's treasures of adventurers that have got, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
It's a dead god, the
Von
fifth
Penn,
elephant.
You're fired. The ship that you're on is a smuggling ship. Or I should say, it's not smuggling. It's, it's a proper freight ship, which is smuggling. Von Penn, he is not well known at this point in history, but he's a bit of a crazy fella. He's definitely enigmatic, eccentric, but always gets the job done. That's your captain. You guys have been on the ship for various or variable lengths, as you had indicated prior. And you've made several stops on this last one, or I should say this last voyage. You nearly got pulled into, or errantly flew into the Great Drop in this roiling storm. There was some mysticism going on, and I'll let you guys remember that for yourselves. So, you get 3 advancements. Now, normally, this is not the case. But since this is a mini adventure, it's going to be. This gives you a little bit more power and a little bit more of a taste of the rules of DreadLore. So, on your character sheets, look on them. You should see on the right side, says major and minor goals. It's up to you guys, each, personally, individually, to figure out what your goals are. A minor goal can occur within like a session or 2. So it shouldn't be like, get up and take a whiz. That's not a minor goal. I mean, it is, but I'll negate it and it won't work. It needs to be something that you're trying to achieve. Okay, so minor goal is 1 or 2 sessions. For this case, by the end of the session. Major goal would be normally 3 to 5 games. So in our case, within a couple sessions. So don't set a major goal that you're going to accomplish this game, right? You want it to be like, I'm building towards the next thing. That would be your major goal. And what do you get for it? You get your cunning and your breath back, and you get XP and pips and these things. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So at some point during this game, be thinking about your major and minor goals. And when you have one, just be like, hey, I have one. This is what I'm thinking. And we'll rock and roll. It's good for people to know what these goals are. That way the group can work together or against things or whatever, and the story follows. All right. Other things. You get 3 advancements. So that's like getting 9 experience. And you just cash it out. You can buy 3 things. What can you buy with this? You can buy a trait. These are good, but you're going to gain traits by playing. You can get a proficiency, which is a reroll. So you can just add 1. That's 1 advancement. You can get an ability. So in the book, which all of you have, you can just buy an ability. It needs to flow with the RP. So something that your character is actually doing, a reason that you have it. You can do an upgrade of an ability. Those are the main things that you can do. Now, extra rule. This is something we did not do last game, but we will this game. 1, all of you have 5 free traits. So, on the top left corner of your sheets, your character sheets, you'll see titled traits. Below that, you'll see your backgrounds. These are all traits. In addition to these, mark down, you get 5 free ones. As you feel like it, you can fill these out. You can fill them out in the moment. For example, let's say you come to an ancient, door, and you're like, shit, this door is written in a language I don't know. Shit, I have a free trait. I know that language. Boom. Knows old languages. Cool. So in-game, you can set that. Once you set it, it's set. So you get 5 free of those. Second thing, folding the story. Now, Hulker and Ken do know about this, but I will refresh their memory. And Matty, I will tell you what the deal is, even though we talked about it last game a little bit.
Yeah.
All of your items, the shit you carry, you can add a trait to them. Okay? Anything that is considered your ninja gear is, it's equipment, and you can bid that piece of equipment on your turn. Now, you would only do this if you're going to actually roll dice. If you're not rolling dice, none of this matters. Okay? But assuming you're rolling dice, so you're trying to do something, cool, here's a threshold, awesome, I'm going to throw down dice. You can say, I want to bid this piece of equipment that I have. It gives you an extra die. It is a D4. That is what equipment does. Unless it's very special shit like you have Excalibur and it's something else. Okay? Most everything base starts at a D4. When you add traits to it, it increases the die type. So, if you have a sword and you bid it, cool. You get an extra D4. Let's say with one of your advancements, you put a trait on that sword, like it's true. Cool. Now when you bid it, it's a D6. You're going to fold the story again. Boom. Not only is it true and it's sharp. Great. Now it's a D8. Make sense? So you still only get one extra die for it, but the quality of the die goes up based on how many traits are on it. And also by adding these traits, you can bid the sword more. So normally, I got the sword, I can bid it once, and then it's exhausted until the next scene. The next scene is when the Arbiter, says so. But if you have 3-4 traits on it, you can bid it 3 or 4 times before the next scene. Every time you do that, you get that die type. Couple ideas here. You cannot, I bid my sword. That doesn't work. You can bid it once per turn. The other thing, because you guys are tier 2, which is seasoned, you can bid up to 2 pieces of ninja gear on your turn. For example, you could be like, I bid my hat, and my boxers, and my shoes, and my fucking dick. No, you can't. I bid my fist. It actually needs to be something, the spirit of this, go with the spirit of it, right?
That makes sense.
All right, so you get 3 advancements. So proficiencies, awesome. You get rerolls. If you want to fold the story a little bit, totally cool. Into an item that you truly think. I wouldn't be like, my guy's going to be a dancer. What's up? Bid my shoes. I would do it something that you're actually playing. Because otherwise you're going to be trying to find reasons to use your fucking shoes. Okay? Only do the shit that you're actually going to use. Because then you just won't. It won't be fun. Abilities and upgrades for those abilities. If you want to bank these advancements, it's fine. Understand, only advance what your character should advance in. Meaning, there's a reason you can. You've done something in-game for it. It's in line with what you're doing. Okay. Think on it. Those are all the rules. Any questions? 5, 4, 3, 2. Better not have any fucking questions later. 1, 0. Okay. Let's do a quick recap describing our characters. We'll start with Hattie.
This character's name is Solidus, and he's a kind of a veteran mercenary who came up hard in some city, and he's found his way onto this airship. He's been a assistant to the cook, to the chef. Previous to that, he had a cart in a city where he would do his work out of, and he's generally just he found his way into being an all-around rogue, but also somewhat of a mystic. He found the the mysticism of the self, I don't know what the other words were,
Yep,
but
you're right.
But that was that. He found that, like, theurgy, and like and so he he's kind of like that person who has a lot of intuition and a good amount of luck, and he really is he likes what he does, and he does what he likes, and he's in it for the love of the game, basically. And so that's that. And he recently was on the ship, and I don't know, I don't think we need to recap the whole game, last game, but that's the guy.
At the top of your character sheet, you'll see it says your name, so it'd be Solidus, is a blank that does blank and blank. Have you filled that out yet?
I think so. I think I sent you mine, but I don't expect you to have it. Let me open it up.
Just go ahead and read it.
Yeah, let me open it up. I didn't get there yet. Oh yeah, put it in the documents. DreadLore. Go. Yeah. He's a Euro cart vendor who does cutting and thievery.
I love it. Now, those are each traits, by the way.
Yeah. So it's like, he's really good with knives, essentially, and he's he's really into thieving. You're into that? What's this?
Ken, how about your character?
I was pointing at you. My character is the Winchester Fark. He is a mage who is a hothead and seeks the flame.
I love it. Any sort of physical description?
He is an emaciated, I guess, he's got thick black hair. I'm very jealous of him in that regard. But he does not look healthy. He is a man who is probably looked at the ley line a little too often. And he's got really dark circles under his eyes. Spooky looking, scary dude. Black cloak over his head.
Does he have a god
looking?
that he, a specific god that he goes after?
I don't know. I think he probably does have a god. He probably likes the lady of the veil.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Hulker.
My character's name is Lepid Osaria. And he is a Zooth. He boarded this ship after a long stint having guarded the food stores of a monastery. That's what he did. He was a he was the main guard, head of security. He's not really open about why he's not that anymore. But he is familiar with Daloon. And he's probably spent a lot of time there.
So the northern.
He may
continent.
go back, huh?
So the northern continent.
Yeah.
So well-traveled Zunts. So, I mean, he's a Buto, which means he's basically a dragon kind of humanoid. All right. Oh, I love it. I love that artwork. Okay. Last we left you all. Let's see. Miller cannot be here. So, last we left you all, you had narrowly escaped pitching full forward into this storm over the Great Drop, which seemed, in your bones like a bad idea. There was something gnarly about it. Those of you that are mystically inclined, you could tell there's something nefarious going on. These storms, if you think of Mad Max Furiosa, Fury Road, the Desert Storm, that's the kind of thing, or like in The Mummy, that Brendan Fraser movie, that's the kind of storm I'm talking about. Like it blots out the sky style storm. The Great Drop is such to where, that cliff face, it's not even, the drop itself, but we're talking cliffs of insanity drop, like several hundred feet, if not 1,000 feet in some ways. It's a canyon. And what'll happen is the air is such to where the storm almost billows up out of the canyon and creates like a wall and sort of roils back up on itself. There is likely something mystical. People say that the storm has a sentience in and of itself. It can't leave. Maybe that's the breath of one of the dead gods or the dead god. Who the fuck knows? Some of you want to find out. Most don't. Thanks to your all's hop-to-ness, you were able to steer the ship away. Unfortunately, your Myri'i friend, George, who's new to the ship, this would be Cody's character, he aided in holding the wheel, but he got rather injured doing it, and that'll be the reason he's sort of sitting out this game. You do have a doctor with you on the ship, a surgeon is what they're called. Basically, they're a biomancer. They have a little bit of mysticism, a little bit of alchemy, a little bit of biomancy magica, and they've treated him. He's down in the first level in a hammock, and he is out. He's got taken a tincture of sleeping. He's drunk off his ass, and he's not going to wake up for a little while. George, being the addict that he is perfectly fine with this prescription. So, it's been a day since all that happened. I believe it was I can't remember if we left day or night. Doesn't matter. The point is we're starting during the day. It is midday. Okay? So you all have had time to sleep if you do that. It's around noonish. You're in the age of progeny, which means the sun is still yellow, still young, plenty of light coming out in the day. The blimp that is above you, so you're on a ship, you're on a sloop. It's got, we'll say, one main mast. You are in an airship. Now, let's wrap our minds around this. Obviously, it defies physics, real physics. It still has sails because, wind power is a thing. It can propel you different places. So you have one mast, and then you have what keeps you in the air is this blimp. The major running force of this is the Magica Theurgic engine in the back. Pretty much if there's no wind, if the blimp isn't working exactly, the Magica engine is going to get you where you need to go and keep you afloat, keep you aloft. It all kind of works together. As in, if the engine goes out, you don't just plummet, but you do start sinking. All right. People are doing their daily tasks. Singing songs, swabbing the deck. You got a crew of 49 right now, since you're down one. A chef. Hattie. Solidus had interrupted the captain. Nearly been shot for it. But as you had seen Von Penn doing some sort. He was in a cross-legged in a circle of some sort, with blue light coming out like Full Metal Alchemist, reading out of a book when you found him. He treats you a little bit better. Yeah, he actually takes note of you when he sees you. Von Penn is actually out on deck. He'll be up on the navigation deck. He's not actually driving the boat, but he's walking around with a big spyglass doing pirate shit. And when he sees you, he gives you a nod and like a smile. He has asked you to come and see him today once you're done with your duties. As for Winchester, the full engineer, Oddwald, so he is an actual officer, right? This is this elderly sibling, white hair. Think a maester from Game of Thrones is what he looks like. This wizard of air and flame. You having taken charge at a time of need, he's a little bit more easy on you. He's not as demeaning, with your magicka and this kind of thing. As in, he's kind of shown you that he'll maybe mentor you a little bit, and he's told you if you want to join him on his shift to learn some different things, then you are welcome anytime to enter the circle. So there are these runic circles around the on-deck engine. No one's allowed in them but the mage attending. Even under the mage. He said you can enter if you wish to kind of see what's going on. As for Lepid, what have we decided your duties on board the ship are? Are you a warrant officer of some sort, meaning you have some sort of specialty that you specifically do? Are you a petty officer where you're just a seasoned sailor, or are you just a seaman, an able seaman? You could be the second mate too if you want to be an officer. You could do that, although that gives me a little bit more control of what's going on.
No, I will be a boatswain's mate.
Okay, so you're a bosun. Bosun's mate. So that makes you a petty officer, I believe. And by the way, this is a trait you can gain, Winchester. You would be considered a warrant officer, as you're an assistant to the engineer. It gives you a little bit of authority. Not a whole lot, but it does give you a little bit of authority. You have authority over deckhands and petty officers.
Not again.
I know. But it doesn't mean you're not an officer. You're not an officer. Solidus, you would technically be a petty officer, so that can be a trait as well, since you were basically an assistant to the cook.
Right, okay.
Right. So
Petty, definitely something, I can relate to.
So you're a bosun's mate. You want to describe to them what a bosun is really quick?
Wait, me?
Yep.
Well, in my case, I am essentially a supervisor over people who are cleaning and maintaining the actual deck. So I'm the ship's equivalent of a janitorial supervisor, I guess.
Yep. Rigging, deck, steam lines. They're basically the grip.
Yeah.
Key grip type shit. So that's what the bosun is doing, and then he is a grip. To put it into normal terms.
Petty gripper.
He's a petty gripper.
To put it into common, no one who doesn't
Yeah, you know, people that don't know these terms.
People who haven't lived in LA terms, you know, perfectly common terms that nobody knows except for LA people.
Whatever.
Okay, I'm just joking.
Oh,
You know, like a grip. Oh, right, the grip, right, the key grip. In fact, the one literally no one knows what the fuck that means.
The fuck are we talking? At least I didn't say best boy. So whole different meaning for most people.
My goal. That's my goal. Best boy.
So it's just funny when people have an ego about it. They're like, I'm a best boy.
Yeah.
Good.
You make some money doing that shit.
I'm not trying to diss best boys.
Maybe you do. Can't.
Yeah.
There are
good money.
There are some Marines. There are some Marines on the ship. They're mostly hired. They're basically mercenaries because you guys are not on an official, you know, like a military ship. But you do have some former Marines. There are 8 of them, and these are names you guys may know, may not. My question to you is this: does your character know who they are?
Do they look like knights? And yes, I'm probably not familiar best friends with them because I would look down on them maybe a little bit, just because I'm a wizard. And but are they knights? What do they look like?
So they are not knights. They are not sirs. Just by being Marines, they are.
What do they wear?
So
they look like?
Right. I see what you're saying. One of them technically does have a title and is an Aristasi. Okay, so Aristasi meaning aristocrat in this world, and all knights are Aristasi in that regard.
Are they?
If this was, all but one of them. If this was a naval vessel, then they would be officially Marines, but it's not. So they're more
merchant Marines.
They're merchant Marines. Do they wear armor? Yeah. They've got brigandine is what they've got on them. It's very tailored to, think like Blackwater type shit. They have their own kits that they bring. They're not regular soldiers, right? They are not wearing full plate armor.
I would know these guys because for 2 reasons. One is because I've been serving their food the whole time that they've been on the ship.
Yep.
And I'm a seasoned fighter, you know, with an appreciation for the craft of hurting people, you know, or like defending yourself or whatever. So I think that like I generally get along with those guys, but I'm interested in them like largely because a lot of information passes through folks like that, and that's what, like, you know what I mean? Like, so for those various reasons, like I would be fairly familiar, if not know their name. You know, they would like know my face and I'd know their face.
Yep. I love it.
That's my thought.
I love it. And what about you, Leopard?
I don't think I would know them.
Okay. So, their sergeant, they call him Sergeant, and it is a he. Yeah, their sergeant is a guy named Duroc. Duroc is a Buteau, meaning he is a Zinths, just like Leopard. So if you don't know him, it's perfectly fine, but you might.
No, I wouldn't know him, but there's going to be a conversation when I meet him.
Yeah. Now, it being Von Penn's ship and you guys travel all around, it's not strange to see another Zunth. I mean, if you're going to see a Zunth outside of the Rain Wilds, this would be it. But you guys are pretty rare. Yeah, he is their leader. He fits exactly the archetype you think. Large, barrel-chested. The guy is like 7 feet tall. You can tell Leopard he's pretty old. Nobody else can, because he looks like a big lizard guy that's just made of meat and scales and sinew. I mean, this dude is easily 350, 400 pounds. Like, he's a big boy. You can tell by the striations on his scales and whatnot. He's over middle-aged. His next in line, who he calls corporal, all right, is a female named Lys. That's Lys. Lys is a Sealta. That is another kind of Dinah. So it's not the super high elfy Dinah, but it's the more woodsy, ruddier hair, far more populous version. They're called Sealta. Most Dinah are Sealta, unless they're highborn types. Although I'll say that even a highborn Sibylline is not necessarily rich. Lys and Durak are like just a team. Lepid, you know that it's rather strange because she's maybe 30 years old. He treats her like almost like a daughter. And then there's 6 other Marines, and they do have names, but we won't go into them because it's just a name dump. They're all Dinah. All battle hardened. So those are your Marines. I make that apparent because it will likely come into play in the next few games. All right. You've got your Captain Von Pen, you all know. Your first mate, who would be considered a lieutenant, that is Balda. That's the Drowidin, so little short dude. Balda is a very curt person, but fairly honorable, temperate, and has several pistols, like one-shot singular musket pistols that all over. That's how he fights in a blade. And you have a few other officers, which we can get to as we explore the ship. Okay, as we start, the noonday sun is going. The Theurgic clock on the ship, this grandfather clock that's near the mast, in the back. Dong, 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 the cuckoo comes out, all these things. And deckhands start trading off shifts. What are you all doing?
I'll go see Oddwald and check in with him.
You note that Oddwald is administering magicka to the top deck engine. Runes are light. He's doing whispers of air and flame. It's very simple with the noonday sun out, as he's obviously pulling energy from it. It's hot. You're gaining some shade from the blimp, but he can still quite easily do this. And as you look out at the Myri'i Expanse, it seems to go on forever. You can't see the ocean even. It's just hundreds and hundreds of miles of white, seemingly desert, as the sun is just reflecting off of it. And you walk up. As you cross through the circle, you feel that familiar buzz of the runes and their magic sort of tingle over your skin.
Why can't we fly steer the ship from here? I think that's strange.
Oddwald turns. You don't know? Did they not teach you this in school?
Well, yeah, but it just seems like everything being central to the same place, that would make sense. Because they can't talk to us. Maybe there's a communication system we could figure out. Because I didn't know.
What do you mean they can't talk to us?
What can they not talk? How do you talk to the person steering the boat.
And as Oddwald kind of like cocks his head, so you guys, you've seen the map.
Yeah.
So you guys are at the back of the ship on the top deck. Remember, the engine stretches from, it pokes out of the top deck. That's where you guys are, right? On deck. And it goes down below as well, like almost to the bottom of the ship, almost to the, whatchamacallit, the keel. Right behind that, here's the engine. Right behind it is the poop deck. And you have the steering wheel there. So the person steering can actually shout over that little lip at the person, at the mage that's attending the engine. Like, you can walk out to and look up and see the tops of their heads. And as you can see Von Penn walking back and forth.
Oh, well, I guess he couldn't shout back because he was pinned under the... I feel like there should be, like, we should, like, take a string and maybe some cups and, like, pull them really tight to each other.
Uh-huh. You can do whatever you want.
So you said you could teach me something.
I can teach you many things, boy.
I think he likes you.
Right. Well,
You seem distracted.
I am.
What do you want to be taught?
I don't know. I feel like I've mastered this ability to control the ship, or at least the engine.
You think you've mastered controlling the ship, do you?
I think I have.
Well, if you've mastered it, if it's so easy for you, you can do the rest of my ship and my shift and yours. As he kind of gets up, cracks his back, and picks up his shit and starts walking away.
Well, what? I mean, like, I didn't say I wanted to do.
The best way to learn is by doing. And since you're a master of things, it should be quite easy for you, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
As he goes and has lunch. Yeah, what are you doing, buddy?
I guess I'm flying the ship.
How are you doing this?
The same way I did before.
Okay, you're gonna have to describe it to me.
Just conjuring up the edges of reality and getting the
Are you using void magic?
No.
It's not the edges of morality, it just is reality.
I think he's,
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's using void magic.
I'm using the fire to keep the my fire air and flame to keep the fire going.
What do you bid to do this?
I will bid. I guess I will bid go with the flow.
As you bid go with the flow, and there's plenty of energy of heat and wind up here for you to just gather and funnel into the machine. This looks like, imagine the Ghostbusters, in their little sanctum, that containment unit with the big door, except make it brass, and it has runes on it that sort of blink and such. And you got to make sure that all the lights are on. That's pretty much it. So one of the lights starts going, you need to throw some energy into it. Even Oddwald doesn't quite understand the inner workings of this theurgic machine, right? You're just feeding it energy in the right ways, in the right places. As you start doing that, and things are humming along and doing fine, the seals of protection around it, maybe you can look down and see they've been carved into the wood. They're thick and deep, and metals have been poured into them, and these are very tough runes. So if somebody wanted to, like, shoot your engine with a lightning bolt, it'd be difficult.
Right. Yeah, that would be bad.
Solidus, as you finish up your duties and whatnot, you're climbing on top of the deck. You see Oddwald, the mage, moving past you, kind of chuckling to himself. Son of a bitch, as he goes downstairs. What are you doing?
I'm gonna look around for the. Well, actually, I just finished making lunch for everybody. So I'm just saying, hey, everybody, it's time to eat.
Okay.
Midday, which generally I think like is a kind of a self-serve situation. People can go downstairs and serve themselves some gruel, grab a piece of bread. Like, I think that's maybe like it's like dry bread and like dried whatever's it's not like fresh stuff. It's just like come and get some stuff. So I basically go, I ring a bell and I say it's time for lunch. Anybody who's hungry, come and get some. And
the shift is going in trading and going down, kind of moving past you.
Yeah.
You hear grumblings from below. A few moments later, it's like, what is this dried bullshit?
Yeah. You'll eat it and you'll like it. I'll just say.
Yeah. Go on. Oh yeah, you're muted now. Thou art muted in Discord.
It's kind of random.
Sorry, someone tried to call me. Yeah, I'll just be like, there'll be meat for dinner. I don't know, just so it goes. But I'll try to get over to the captain.
You're on deck. It's very easy to see him. He's marching around with his big boots. He looks like a pirate. He's got the hat on with the big feather. His big blue feather.
Yeah.
You can climb the stairs. There's two stairs that go around the engine. So here's the engine. This is where Winchester is, on deck, back of the ship. Two stairs that climb up, and there's the wheel in the middle of them. Von Penn is moving around.
Do I see him walk by me?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, could you bring me some lunch? I didn't get to eat, because it's not really my shift now, but my boss just took off, and now I'm kind of stuck here. So, yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I don't know why I'm always hungry, but I just am.
I have like a piece of bread that I'll give him?
Thanks. It takes a lot of energy to do this. It's hard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Von Penn, he was talking about this treasure.
What?
Yeah. And I kind of want to know more about that. Maybe you could ask him a little bit about that. I got to stay here and work, but...
What are you talking about?
Like there's apparently some treasure nearby that we're hunting for. And
that's interesting.
This is really just sucking the life out of me.
Never heard of it. Well, I don't think what I made for dinner is going to help you out much, buddy.
Well, if you get a second, maybe some more food would be great. I appreciate it. I'll do something for you later, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
I'll burn off your cooking material. I don't know.
All right, you owe me one. I'll go get him something now that he offered me something.
Sure. Yeah. What are you bringing?
I'll go down.
You can tell that.
Yeah.
Old Rook, she made good food. It was like stews and this kind of.
Yeah.
As you go down there, there's a hearty supply of salted meats and vegetables, and it's got some runes on it, so it's cooled and whatnot.
Okay. Well, I just threw something together for lunch because I was getting up and I had to deal with her dead body. But
Speaking of, her dead body is still in the hold.
I was going to say
it's
that
not in the kitchen, but it is in the hold.
Yeah, I was going to say I think I dragged it off to some place where nobody would be smelling it right off the bat. But I intend on getting a meal for this wizard and trying to get him to be the one who like lights her on fire or whatever I need to do to get rid of her. I don't know what the customs is as a player. I don't know, but I figured after I got the lunch done, I was going to talk to the captain about what to do.
Just tell me what you do, not what you plan.
I was telling you more like what I'm planning to do.
Yeah, I don't care. I want to know what you're doing.
Okay. Going downstairs to get some food. I'm gonna go get some cold soup. That probably was the last thing that she cooked.
Yep.
I'll put it in a bowl. I'll get 2 bowls of it. I'll grab some breads. I'll grab a sweet onion, and I'll take all that up to the wizard.
Fuck yeah. Awesome. We'll give you a narrative point for the description. Hulker, what were you saying?
We're talking about Thrall, right?
Corral. Yeah, the former cook. Yeah.
Thrall. Okay.
As Solidus comes up with exactly what he just described, handing it to you.
Oh man, this is really great. I thank you very much. I'll try not to spill anything on the controls because that could jam us up.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get away from him as soon as possible.
All right. As you're eating, and Solidus, what are you doing?
I'm going to go, as I planned, to the captain and ask him what to do with the body.
As you get up on deck, you see the sailing master, who is a warrant officer. This is an Ardavok named Eros, or as they say, Eros. A whimsical, dreamy person, always looking off into the distance. You know, Eros has extremely sharp vision, piercing blue eyes, this frizzy reddish hair fro that just sort of like goes back, and blows in the wind like a bush. It's so thick. He's only like maybe 5'1" or 2, but sinewy, barefoot, holding on to that wheel, the big wheel, which now you guys have a little bit more respect of how much strength it takes to hold on to this thing. As this guy's just like getting fit. Von Penn is moving around. Eros happens to look over and notes you, kind of gives you a nod. You'll see the first mate Balda maybe walking with Von Penn. Balda will actually turn and see you. He comes and meets you. Von Penn stays at the back of the ship. He's got a spyglass, doing pirate ship. Balda walks up. Solidus!
Hey,
what need you?
I was going to ask you guys about the custom for taking care of Frollo's body.
Oh, yeah. Well,
mainly because it's going to rot in the hold and it's going to be disgusting.
There'll be no rotting in the hold. Of course, we'll take care of it. As he kind of turns, Captain is a little preoccupied. Need some way to freeze the body. Normally, we just kind of looks around, no one's listening, dump her over the edge, but she was a mighty good cook. He just sits there thinking for a second.
Okay. Well, let me know if you need any help with whatever the hell you decide to do.
He kind of nods. Do you offer anything, or you just kind of stand there and let him think?
I let him think.
Okay. He sits there and thinks for a moment, kind of looks you up and down. Well, thanks for letting me know. Anything else?
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm up for a promotion if my boss isn't around anymore. Doesn't it seem that way?
You see him kind of like look, turn his nose up a little bit at you. It seems that way, but been hearing some grumblings of the cooking in your sort that you've been doing. Are you up to the task?
I mean, if you got somebody else to do it, then you'll probably be choosing the wrong person. I'll tell you that much.
Well, get down there and make us something good to eat then. We'll see about that promotion.
All right, then. Now,
As you see Von Penn again, as you turn and go, you note that Balda sits there thinking. You can tell he's concerned about something. Now, at this point in the game, mechanically, you could bid to know what that is, but I'm going to give you a reaction roll, so you don't need to bid to do this. This would be your wits. So your action die is a D10, and your wits die rolling together. You need 1 success to have a clean success. So the threshold is 0.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yep. We're going to move on to Lepid after that. Actually, we'll move on right now. Lepid, what are you doing?
I am walking past Solidus and Winchester, and I am going with a couple of
Hey,
couple
if you
of deckhands.
I'm gonna yell at you. Hey.
Yes.
You know how I helped mop the deck for you the other day?
Yes. Yeah. I do remember that. And do you also remember how I helped you steer the ship away from certain destruction?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's good. Good. We got good memories.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm kind of stuck here for a while, so I don't know. I might have to step away, use the bathroom or something in a little bit, maybe come back and monitor things. Just you do what you need to do now, but maybe check on me every once in a while, because I'm stuck here for the next 10 hours.
Why define stuck?
I mean, if I leave, then we all die, eventually, probably.
Okay, stay here. That food smells good, but I wasn't planning on eating until next week. I'm tempted, to be honest.
All right. Well, go do whatever it is you need to do. I'm good.
Yeah, I'll check on you. All right, just wait here and don't kill us all.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
You're go on.
The PID is going up with a couple of deckhands to look at the deck because of the storm that's been through, to see if anything needs to be repaired, cleaned, mopped, painted, whatever.
All of the above. There's some, scrapes. Some of the wind was such on the hull that it actually ripped up, not like hull breaches or anything, but there's part of the wood that's actually ripped up. It looks like it's been abrased, like a sheet. Imagine the airship equivalent of curbing your tire, that should be lacquered and fixed. Although someone's going to have to get some rope, get a little umbilical, roll down on a little swing, and start rocking and rolling out there, hanging a good 1,000 feet up in the air over a desert.
Yeah, the PID orders the deckhands to get to work.
Yeah, what do you bid to do this?
What do I bid to do this? I bid. I'll bid my trait, boatswain's mate.
Yeah, I love it. As you order them, and three of them kind of, they don't grumble too much, because they're crazy airship people, but they know it's dangerous. As they all lock in and start going over with their pails and start lacquering it up, you hear them talking as they're sort of rappelling down the side. What could have caused this? That's some fierce wind, or some weird mysticism coming from that drop over there.
Well, we did come from that drop over there.
No, we didn't go into it, though.
We wouldn't be here if we did.
Is there?
Doesn't seem like it.
And whenever Hattie is back, we'll have him roll as he's walking back to the kitchen to get down. So, the day sort of wears on. We'll have you roll brawn and your action die, so you can throw down Winchester. See if you got a P.
Oh no! To see if I got a P.
See if you got a P.
All right, I got
You
you.
need one success.
I gotcha. Yeah, I do need a success. Need to succeed. Come on, bladder, baby. Oh, I got a 10. No wait,
Yeah, you
no,
don't-
that's a lie. I got a 1. Never mind. I got 0 successes. I failed.
Right. Yeah, it's been a little while. The day's wearing on a little bit. Afternoon, and you kind of gotta go.
Well, I'll just pee off the back. Is it
Yeah.
open? Is it open?
Yeah. You
I just
whip her out and just
Yeah,
don't pee into the wind
I'll just
as you're
because the
rocking and
wind's-
rolling.
Yeah.
No problem. Hattie, go ahead and make your roll. We'll see if as you're sort of just you're thinking, it's living rent free in your mind. The first mate's his sort of affect. And it takes you a little while to come to this conclusion. What'd you get?
A 2.
So how many successes?
Oh, I thought I just had one D10. You said I have an
You gotta-
action die?
Action die and your wits die.
Oh, okay. Let me just.
So it's a wits throwdown.
Okay.
And you always roll your action die.
All right. I have to get back to my. What the heck? Sorry, I lost my character sheet over here.
Oh no.
I let someone borrow my printer, so I have this thing digitally. It's super annoying.
Dude, I feel it.
Printers.
Digital.
PDF is like the worst fucking format ever. Okay.
I know.
Okay, so let's see. I got fucking wits. Wits coming out my hoo-ha. All right. Come on, baby. Okay. I got I got 1 success.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Okay.
As it was a bitter throwdown, which means threshold 0. So any successes makes it clean.
Right.
As you're down there cooking, doing your thing, you know a little bit about cooking, so you're making a pretty good stew, perhaps, or you're using something that Crawl had already started. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
And the smell is nice. What were we saying? Did I freeze? I think I froze.
No,
Oh.
you
No?
didn't
Okay.
freeze.
What did you say, Hattie?
Oh, yeah. I definitely picked up a pretty good amount from Kroll while I've been working with her.
As the smell of spices and whatnot is going, and it kind of dawns on you maybe that Balda, the first mate, he is he's a Drowadan, and Kral was as well. So they're the same race, basically hobbit dwarves,
Right.
and they probably knew each other for a while. As it kind of dawns on you, as much as he has a stony exterior, it probably affects him quite a bit. Her death, despite what he said about throwing her overboard and whatnot, you realize that's all prevarication. He's masking maybe real emotions. And you can tell he actually does care or cared about her, and is rather troubled that she has died. That kind of thing can make a person, maybe come to conclusions you don't know, but he is affected by it.
Right.
As you kind of finish up your stew and whatnot, people are ladling it out.
Word. Well, why don't I bring some of this food to him directly once everyone else has their food?
Sure.
Yeah.
You note that Oddwald, the mage, is sitting off in his bunk, nicer bunk since he's an officer, and he's like reading. He's has some tea, and he's just kicking back. It's his shift, but he's not working it.
Oh yeah.
You kind of climb the stairs. You see poor Winchester like leaning up against the hall. Casting some spells here and there.
Okay. All right. I mean, there's not much I can do for him, so I'm going to keep going.
Yep, you get right back up to where you were. Very similar situation, just a couple hours later. Different sea shanties going, and Von Penn is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
The lock is not on his door, but you don't see him. As Balda is there, he kind of sees you, walks up.
All right.
Yes.
Well, so
Gets the bowl and tastes it.
Okay, he's got the bowl. Is there a place to sit down? I
Yeah,
thought I would.
pull a little-
I thought I would bring it in and sit down, pull up a chair, basically.
Yeah, it's all on deck.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's
It's on the upper deck, but you don't go into the captain's.
Okay. So then, okay. Well, whatever. I'll give it to him and then lean against the railing or something like this.
Yep, you can get a little stool. And sit
Yeah.
down on it. As he'll do that as well. And how good is this? So you can bid, or you could throw down if you want.
I would bid my origin.
Okay, which is what?
A city dweller.
Does that mean it's good food?
well, my like, what my I'm a Euro cart vendor, so I know how to make food pretty well.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. As he's sitting there, and what city are you from? Do you guys all have origins?
Yeah, I don't know the
terrain.
name, but I'm
from Daloon.
You're from Daloon. So Daloon is the northern continent.
I'm south.
Oh, you say you're from the south?
I'm a Salta.
Oh, Silta. So if you're Silta, you can be from anywhere, pretty much. So
right.
Daloon is kind of their native place. Yeah. Although if you're from the south, you're from Azraelia. That's more of a Persian bent. Think Persian Egyptian.
That's
North is more European / a little bit of Asian influence.
Okay, I'm from the most populated southern city then.
Okay, cool. So let's pull out this book real quick.
The Bay Azraelia.
He's from the Bay Azraelia. The Bazraelia. Oh my god.
I call it Palestine, but okay, yeah.
All right, I'll give you a pip for that. Look in these books real quick and find out where we are. So if you go to chapter 9, you'll see cultures. At the beginning, it actually tells you a little bit about royalty, nobility, aristocracy, and the layet. You all are probably layet,
what page
meaning
is
you're
that?
not nobles. Be page 344. 344. 344, 45. So for Azraelia, let's find out. The Azraelian Empire. That's on page 369. I would say you're probably from Myri'i. Myri'i is known as the City of Houses. This is on page 373. City of Houses is the capital of Azraelia. And it is like the Basraelia of Craster. All of the houses of Azraelia are represented there. The houses are the rulers. Also, it might behoove you to read that chapter a little bit about Azraelia because it'll inform your guy a lot.
Okay. That sounds perfect, actually.
Yeah. So look into that. There these little bits and pieces. What about you, Winchester? Where in Daloon do you want to be from?
I just probably the what's it called? Just the little middle part.
So you could be from the provinces, which means doesn't mean you're not from a city, from a city, but it's kind of like a second tier type place. More provincial, a little more grounded. You could be from the actual countryside, where you're in the sticks.
I think.
Or you could be from one of the first tier cities. You could be from the city. That's Calgary.
Probably from
but there's several
city,
other places.
But maybe not the biggest city. Just a random city.
Do you want
just
more of an inland feel?
Yeah, inland. I would imagine.
Would it be? Would you be a red state or a blue state?
Probably red state is my guess.
All right.
Just
so
think
in that
of Lexington, and then
Okay, so and then one more question: is it a trade hub or not?
Not really a trade hub. I mean, there's some trade.
You're probably from Grand Glen. This is the province of Grand Glen.
That's good to know.
It's very central. It's a lot like Kentucky. Rolling hills, green, very farm oriented. It gets into foothills in the south of it.
I had to get out.
Yeah. So you're basically from the Kentucky of Craster. All right, and Hulker, what about Lepid?
Lepid's
Lepid.
Lepid is the monastery that he guarded is from Itaosa.
Oh, you're in Itaosa. Okay, yeah. So Itaosa is a very important province. There in the hundreds of years ago there were some upheaval and a lot of witchcraft that went down in them hills. Itaosa is in the far east of Daloon, and basically the expedition that solidified the empire came from the west. So Itaosa was one of the last places to bend the knee, so to speak. And there's a lot of monasteries in that way. A lot of the old religion. Okay, excellent.
Now,
so that's where you guys are from.
To where he was from before that, he's also got a trait called Forgotten Decades.
Right.
So,
yeah, so he's probably from the Middlelands, somewhere around Rainy, like originally. Okay. As you've bid your origin, Solidus, maybe there's some spices, some Persian kind of spices. It's very rich kind of soup. And Balda sits there and it's just... Need water. Oh, as he stands up and runs down the way and ladles some water, as it's some serious
well, I brought it. Yeah,
maybe paprika or something going on.
All right.
As he likes it. It's just
Okay.
a little bit richer than he's used to.
Nice.
The day wears on a little bit.
Well, I wanted to sit down with him and ask him.
Indeed.
Well, sorry, if he knew.
No,
Like,
go on.
hey, did you know Kroll personally? Were you, it seems like
Sweating.
You might
he's
have.
patting himself. I knew her. She's younger than me. I kind of thought of her like a wee sister. Do you know how she died exactly? Just in the tussle, in the tumble?
well, once the ship went sideways, literally, I ran up to see what was going on deck, and I ran past and I saw that she had a knife in her chest. Which is
You
why
seem
I
to sort
came
of-
up to discuss this, because I can't understand how that could be happening on a ship like this. And I figured we should be looking around for what happened there.
Lots of things can happen.
Yeah.
Especially in the tussle. He just sort of sits there thinking, I mean, you don't think some sort of foul play.
Of course I think some kind of foul play. It's not like you fall on a knife in the chest and then end up on your back. That would be quite a mess.
It's a mighty terrible accusation if it's true.
Well, there's no
Know anyone?
accusation if there's no suspect.
He just kind of folds his arms. Well,
If we didn't have a suspect, then there wouldn't have to ever be any kind of an accusation, would there?
kind of nods.
And as far as I'm
Uh.
concerned, between you and I, we're the ones in charge. And we should have our own investigation between the two of us, where we decide amongst ourselves whether or not there's a suspect who should be
Hold up.
accused.
It's up to the captain to make a formal investigation, so don't you go spreading rumors.
Well, it's all just between you and me.
He kind of
And
nods.
I thought you would be in charge of this kind of thing because you're completely capable, and I understand he's pretty busy. So that's not me trying to assume anything.
He just kind of clears his throat.
All right.
I appreciate what you have to say.
All right.
Captain has let me know that you are to be named the new chef. So long as you keep cooking like this. So you are now a warrant officer, as you are the
Okay.
new chef.
Oh, nice.
As he's sitting there, kind of nodding, you hear the engine going and all the bits and pieces of the on deck.
Mm.
A horn blast, distant. This is the kind of foghorn type thing that carries very, very far, miles and miles and miles. This
Mm.
distant,
Wow.
as immediately Balda turns around and people on deck look up from whatever they're doing. Leped, you see, you're standing at the railing, being a very good manager, looking down at the people who are actually working as they're, slopping the side of the hull. They all stop. One maybe even drops the brush. You see it falling 1,000 feet. And they're looking, what's that sound? What was that? What are y'all doing?
I say, what's that? Do you know what that sound is?
Balda is walking over to the railing, kind of looking, scanning the skies. You note that Eros, still holding steady, is looking around, though. His head's kind of like boop, 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 boop.
Can I roll for scent of something or other? Scent of color of...
Colors?
Yeah.
You just bid for it. Bid to
for it.
activate it.
Yeah, I'd like to bid to activate that.
Okay. What do you bid?
I'm gonna bid my pirate gift from my mercenary background. I'm gonna be like, am I experienced enough as a pirate, basically, to like pick up on stuff? But I'm also open to like catch some magical things or so. I don't know, whatever's.
I love it.
Yeah.
As you bidding pirate, and so you're going to get that kind of information. How do you activate Scent of Colors? How do you use this?
I grab the railing of the boat, and I like dig my hand in as much as possible. You know, I doubt I'd leave like a big mark, but essentially
white knuckle it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's like, so I'm like listening through the ship's bones.
Oh, I love that. As you'll get a narrative point on top of that. For that, that's cool. As you dig in, and maybe even like you can feel sort of the electrical, like theurgic pulse of the skeleton of the ship. And for just a moment, it's a faint moment, but you can almost feel like the air current you guys are on that extends out off to your east, so starboard. You can feel the royal, almost like a ball of yarn, just wrapping up in a twister. That's the great drop. It's confusing energy. You can't see through it. Out ahead, you feel like the flow of the desert, the heat rising up here and there, just a very natural sense. However, from behind you all, high up, way high, like almost like where the sun is, for example, there's a metallic taste that appears in your mouth, like pennies, and you can tell that is the taste of another airship.
Right.
As Eros is looking at the sun, and now he's looking around. Can't see anything, Captain. As you see, Von Penn is out on the ship already. Don't know where he came from. What's going on? He says. What are the rest of you doing?
There's a ship above us and a storm to the east.
Lepid and Mage Boy, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to zip my pants up after that real long pee.
You gather your dick, you put it back in.
Something going on up there. And yell up.
I would have yelled that as loud as I could.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, you're right there.
Well, then if I heard that, I'll prep the engines to, just in case, I'll warm them up a little bit.
Okay. What do you bid?
I will bid my diligent nature, my trait diligent, to
describe
be
how this
prepared.
works.
Well, I'm not happy to be there. I know I've got a long ship, and now we're gonna get boarded by pirates, and I just want to make sure that all the buttons are.
So I don't want to know why.
Fired.
How are you doing it?
It looks like you peed your pants, man.
I hoist the I feel the sparkles on the hair of my arm start to rise as I feel the wind wisp by and blow my flowing hair, and I start to rise, and little bits of energy are surrounding me as I pull the vortex.
As you see a few of the crewmen, Leped, look over and they're like, "Never seen Oddwall do that." As he's literally floating, there's like a cyclone around him. All right, well, roll your chaos die.
Woohoo! All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
You dramatically prime the engine. What'd you get? You got a 2? Yeah, as you throw this energy in and you see all the lights like as the engine is primed for whatever you need it to do. Another blast. Leped, anything? What are you doing?
I order, I look at one of my deckhands and I order them to go tell the Marines.
They're hanging over the side of the ship, painting.
They're hanging over the side? Well, I go over there. Huh?
Yeah, 3 of them. The 3 that were following you, they're fixing the side of the ship. One dropped.
I go over there, and I grab them and pull them up.
Okay, so you start. You're gonna. There's 3, so you like try to grab all 3 and pull them.
Not all of them. I'm just gonna order them. Get the hell back up here.
Sir, as they start coming up, it's gonna take a second.
To go tell the Marines, and I order another one to go to another place and just and tell the captain.
Okay, sure. What do you bid?
I will bid.
Looking up,
I will bid. I will bid my tier of play, which is seasoned, as in.
I love it.
I've done this.
They hop to it and they're climbing up. One's like dropping his pail, and he's obviously the clumsy dude, and he's last as you help him on board. The other 2 are running to do exactly that. Solidus, as you're looking up, the sun is blocking any kind of ability to see whatever that is, but you can taste it. You can feel high above you. There is another ship up there, and they're obviously using the sun as camouflage. As you can hear, both of you, Mage and Solidus, Winchester, one of the deckhands runs up. Captain, there's a ship up there, saying the obvious. As Von Penn is looking, there's a ship then. Battle stations! And people start going into battle stations. Prime the engine! As you see, Von Penn sort of looks down and seeing Winchester and seeing that the engine is primed, he gives you a nod. As he walks by, that's all he gives you. The first mate stops for a second. Another nod and walks by. Lepid, what are you doing as you've done what you've done?
I'm going to go back down and check on Winchester.
Okay, yeah. As you get back to Winchester, the Buteau walks up to you. You can feel the energy, Lepid, from like the heat flowing off, like an oven that's just primed all the way. Of this engine.
You should probably get Oddwald. He's probably better at this than me. I think he thinks I'm a noob, and I might be a little bit. I've been doing this for a while, but not a lot of battles.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Shit.
Shit.
All right. I'll find him.
I just look at him.
All right.
Just.
People are running all over the place. Coming out of the hold. All decks are on hand.
Let's see if he has to pee again.
No, he's good. All decks are on hand, or all hands are on deck, I should say. Also up there is the chef. What are you doing? As people are running around, you see them. You only have 2 harpoon guns on this guy. What are you doing?
I'm gonna. What I want to do is I'm gonna go.
You guys hear this?
I'm gonna run over to the guy who's steering
above you. Yeah, it is Aderos.
And I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna say, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you which way is the best way for us to fly to get the hell away from these guys." And then I'm gonna bid, or I think bid by perceive the ley line to try to find around me, like through the deeper energies of the winds and such, to understand like which direction is gonna like sort of make them miss us if we go in a certain way. That's kind of what I want to kind of evade them.
Okay, so you bid that.
Yeah.
That's cool. We will say this is a mind roll. So action die and mind die. You are looking for 3 successes to do this.
Okay.
So it's rather difficult. Means 4 successes is a clean success.
Wow.
As you got your hand on him, your feet, your shoes are sort of like blocking a little bit of your touching to, using the ship as an antenna.
Yeah. Right.
But you're sensing this ley line, all the hairs on your arms, the back of your neck, standing on end. Winchester, you can feel this odd energy coming from above you.
I'm also
mysticism.
I want to bid my fate, which is the star.
Okay, so you only have 1 bid to make a turn, but you can bid something to activate another ability to gain successes. Or to you can bid equipment for those extra dice.
Okay, so I'll try to bid the star in order to use grace.
So it doesn't work that way.
Oh, how does it work?
So
sorry.
The throwdown is your action die.
Right.
So D10. And
D10.
your mind die. Okay?
D8.
Now, so go ahead and make that roll.
Okay. I got a 3 and a 4.
So how many successes is that?
So with the action, am I doing? I'm sorry, I forgot. But the action is supposed to be above 5, right? So you're high or low.
No. Nope. It's 4 to 7.
Oh, okay.
1 success. And 8 and higher are 2.
Okay, so I got 2 successes.
Okay, what did you get on both dice?
4s.
Oh, 4s. Yes, you got 2 successes. All right, so you're halfway there. Now, what you can do on top of this, you could re-roll, of course, but you have to take whatever you roll. Or if you can activate an ability that has upgrades, it gives you a success, how many ever upgrades you have.
Okay.
You can do up to 2 abilities, and you could also bid Ninja Gear twice to get extra dice.
Well, I guess
So let me help you out here a little bit.
Well, I was going to say one thing is I had that anchor amulet, so maybe that's a piece of Ninja Gear. I don't know, but
I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So it doesn't have any traits on it, so it's a D4.
Okay. Got it. Let's see. There we go. 3.
Okay, you need a 4 on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
Okay, remember you have proficiencies. Now you can do another piece of Ninja Gear. You could use proficiencies. Or if you have another ability that has upgrades, then you get successes.
When you say, abilities on this side. Oh, okay, right. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, there's the Shandor Slip. That's probably the one I need to use, because that has an upgrade.
It does, but how does that apply?
Well, the Shandor Slip is about movement, and it's about moving me through things. And so maybe what I'm doing is I'm really trying to draw a lot of power and get the ship to move in the direction I want to move.
Getting the ship to do a Shandor Slip is extraordinarily difficult.
Yeah.
And it's really not. I mean, I can see how it's a part of this.
I mean, I think it makes sense. I'm just trying to figure it out. So
it does make sense, but what you're actually rolling for is to connect to the ley line, not the actual shift, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So the actual movement you're gonna get if you connect to the ley line.
Well, I have the flowing conduit and the preternatural instincts. So would either of those sort of map to it?
Do you have any upgrades on them?
No. I don't have upgrades on anything but the Shandor.
So that is something to advance into later. So you can do another piece of Ninja Gear. Do rerolls.
I mean, how does my armor, say my leather strap armor? I have to figure out a way for that to make sense.
The onus is on you.
Yeah, I think you need a special spatula where you swat at something and sting your
That's what Ken would do. I slap the deck and that helps me with everything.
I think so here's the thing. Here's what I usually do is I take my daggers, because I have literally a whole slew of daggers all around, and so I stick them into the deck around me, and I'm connected to those daggers kind of like antennas, so I can sort of get a sense which dagger, is gonna like pull me towards it. And so if it's strong enough, the dagger will literally come at me, and I have to dodge it.
All right. As you like, as you look through the daggers in the deck. Ah, my deck!
Yeah.
As the bosun says from somewhere. And so you get an extra die, be your D4. This is what, when you do those advancements, you can fold the story into the dagger.
Right.
Fold the story into your talisman, and then it's stronger.
Okay.
So go ahead.
But I need those upgrades first, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, you can just bid the dagger, and you get the extra die.
Well, that's what I'm up to, is with that dagger there, and I want to.
Yep.
I think that is a really cool idea. Is to sort of.
That's a badass idea. I love it.
I can get a direction out of my dagger.
It's almost like throwing the bones, but it's daggers.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, do it.
All right.
So you get a D4.
Yeah. Okay, I got a 2.
All right, you have your
Didn't really help.
proficiencies.
Yeah. Wait.
You can also.
Yeah.
You can also, if you spend a point of breath, you immediately go to limbo. So it's a yes but situation. That's up to you.
Right.
I'll give you 5 seconds to make the decision.
Yeah, I'll spend the point of breath. I don't care.
Okay.
That sounds great. Like I can
Drop
tell
a point of breath.
this thing is coming down.
As you do all these things, you're sweating bullets as you force the issue.
Yeah.
Maybe kick off your shoes, put your feet on the deck, and you feel this jolt of energy. And here's the but.
Yeah.
The engine is right below you, and it is primed. As you get a nice shock right up, as your eyes go into the back of your head, your hair is like just standing straight up as you get like you've stuck your fork in the electrical shock.
Right.
Dink! And you are bewildered. I'm sorry, you're stunned. So this is a condition.
Right. Okay.
What it means is physically, you're just stammered.
Yeah.
You immediately connect to the ley line.
Right.
For a brief moment, you see somehow in your mind's eye, Crester, the whole world.
Whoa.
And you connect with this myriad of fire points. You see the path, and it's gone.
Okay.
But you've seen something
Right.
that few ever have. You've seen the connectivity of all the ley lines. You know it exists. You're a madman.
Wow.
And you can whisper the direction to go right now to Eris to avoid whatever calamity is coming at you.
Okay.
It is starboard, hard.
Okay. I should also have a dagger in me somewhere. Like
You do. It'll be
on
like
the starboard side.
It'll be like right here. You don't know that yet. Okay, what do you say? As you all again almost flip over as the ship goes into a starboard push. You all hold on. Those of you that are looking, we'll say that Solidus, you don't see this because you're like, neuromancer style, like having a stroke.
Yeah.
Winchester, as you're holding onto the engine, you see it just draw all of this energy to turn and accelerate. Of course, you're turning starboard, which means you're going toward the Great Drop directly. Above you, the blimp moves out of the way, and you see a juggernaut airship. This is well armored, about 2 or 3 times the size of your ship. Well gunned, a 20-gun ship. Okay? And it attempts a full volley on you all as several cannonballs whiz by where you were. As you see this juggernaut and the horns, you see the grappling hooks hanging down. They're a good few hundred feet away.
Whoa.
But they are absolutely coming. Lapid and Winchester, the action is on you guys.
I think the main engineering of the ship, it should be here and not me. lipid.
Yeah, well, I think so.
His hair's like
I'm like holding on to the core of whatever realms that I've ever been able to tincture in my wind is
Mind's eye.
rushing by and blowing all of my hairs into like
What direction?
blows
are
your
they
hair
in?
off.
every direction. It blows the hair off.
You're over here in the middle of the you're like filing a labor complaint in the middle of this insane. It's like
I've worked too many hours. Yeah, what are you guys doing?
This is
Actions
some
on you guys.
bullshit. I should be up there.
Look, I can go get him if you want.
Yeah, do that.
So I scurry up
So you scurry where?
to engineering
On deck or down below?
down below.
Yeah, as you get to the first deck or the first hold, you go down below. There's no one down here. Everybody, all hands are on deck. You have the first below, and then you have the second. The second is where the stow is, and like the proper stow, the secret shit. The first is where living quarters and that the kitchen and all that stuff is.
Oh, I'll go down to the secret.
Okay, so you head on down to the secret stow. You're looking around. It is dark in here, of course. There's no portholes. A couple Grothrit globes are hanging. So these are fireless lanterns are down here. It's this sort of blue light. Everything is battened down. All the crates and such. It's very dark, the length of the ship. There's a few doors. A couple of them are locked, towards the back where no one should go. What are you doing down here? As you're still trying to hold on because you're turning, and you can hear the wind rushing as you guys are accelerating. You level out and start heading.
I will
run.
bid claws to make sure that I'm always able to hold on.
As you claw onto the deck, down here, you hear a creak. Now, of course, you hear the wind, but you hear someone is down here.
I say, all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
Silence. There's some
Did you
doors.
hear me?
You're in a cargo chamber. There's a door ahead. You'd open that up. There's another one. Then there's a third one that's actually super locked.
Are we surrounded by boxes?
Oh yeah,
Wrong game. Sorry. Yeah.
you are. Cardboard boxes. Not...
So many boxes.
So I move. I start to go up towards the deck.
Oh, so you leave down here. So you start going back up, and you're at the first level now. You're not on deck. Are you looking around here? Or are you just going back on deck?
I continue on.
Okay. You just keep on going on deck. As you pop on deck, what are you doing?
I say,
You guys are leveled out, and you can tell that you're going directly into the drop, like here in like a few minutes.
I say, emergency down in engineering.
Who do you say this to?
Huh?
Who do you say it to?
To the crew.
They're all like holding on. They're doing their various bits and pieces. Like there's the 2 or 3 of them that have like the harpoons. Several of them are pointing. They're holding the rigging. They're furling the sails. Who do you talk to?
There's a crew member that I recognize that I'm pretty sure is from engineering.
Okay.
And I say, hey, get your boss down in engineering now.
You see, you'll see Tink is the guy's name. Little Drowidan dude. He's a gearhead. He just, petty officer kind of guy, knows a lot about engines. As he runs up, okay. As he jumps down, where do you want me to go? He's sitting there on the ladder.
The main room where Winchester's holed up. I think he's stuck there.
Wait, Winchester's. He's right there on deck. As he crawls back up on deck, he's right there.
I go over to him.
Yeah, you're at Winchester.
You said you needed help.
You're muted.
I think the main engineer Oddwald should be here, and I don't know why he's not here. But what's going on up there?
Christ, this is like the American government over here. What the fuck are you guys doing?
What, you told me to get help.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm fine for now. I just feel like the engineer should be here. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna bid.
Where'd he go?
I leave and I go over. So I go over and start helping people setting up the mast. And
I just walk away. All right. Yeah. As you're heading that way. There's a.
Can do best.
Suddenly, I'm sorry. What?
The pit's doing his best.
Yeah, he is. You start coming to. Your body is just picks and pins and needles. Solidus. As you start coming to, you can feel your legs again, and can kind of like walk and balance yourself. And that's when you feel a jolt in the ship.
Whoa.
Winchester, a quarter of the drive, the runes just turn off. And you hear the equivalent of the engine taking a big dump.
Yeah.
As energy, if you could see it from the outside, a lightning bolt from the ship hits and grounds. This is bad. It just lost a quarter of the energy. As you guys start dropping speed and elevation. Yeah.
Do I spend cunning?
You can spend cunning. So that's the world action. You can spend cunning to go.
Yeah. So I see lightning balling up in the.
No. It shoots. What I just described happens.
Yeah. Right. Gotcha. Shooting from the other ship to our ship.
No.
Just
from
shooting.
your ship, grounds from your engine to the ground.
Oh, to the ground. Oh shit.
Yeah, like an 800-foot lightning bolt. Wow! As you lost a quarter of your energy.
So I'm gonna, I guess, bid the flowing conduit to try to understand better why.
That's a good question.
That just happened.
All right, so you bid this. You don't know why, of course, but here's some possibilities. There's a serious problem with the engine, the actual Thergic engine. So it's not the Magica part. Something has happened down below that's broken or has short-circuited. So that could be it's broken. Maybe one of the Weeble Wobbles needs to be replaced. Maybe there's been too much strain on the engine. Maybe there's a saboteur.
Yeah, and
maybe you guys got shot.
I'll shout out, if somebody didn't shoot us, we might have some sabotage.
Sabotage! People start kind of freaking out.
Where's and then I'll yell up, where's Oddwald?
As the first mate comes forward, what's happening, Mage?
We just lost our engine, or a fair amount.
The whole engine?
No, just a lot of it.
He slams his hand. As he turns around, Von Penn is not out there.
Sabotage. It might be in the runes or something.
Von Penn is in his room and the door's locked.
Who is that?
Von Penn is in his room and the door's locked. Don't disturb. That's what's happening with Von Penn.
Von Penn's over there grooming all day.
As the first mate, Baldic, slams his head, he looks out at the storm, kind of like furrows his brow, looks at Eros. As Eros is turning back and forth, every so often, Solidus, you're telling him, turn left, turn right, as these volleys are going by, and you guys are just barely missing, getting blown out of the sky from this
cool.
fucking juggernaut.
It's like continual. I'm continuing to do this. Okay.
Oh yeah. As Balda, sweating bullets, white knuckling it, says, as Eros is like, "What do we do, Balda?" As he says, "Keep going straight." He'll look over, since you are actually guiding Eros. He'll look over at you, Mage, and say, "What do you need to be done?"
I think we have a saboteur. I need somebody to go inside the ship and look at the runes.
He scans the deck, and lo and behold, plot armor happens. A little PC halo. Boop! Leopard, get down there and find out what's wrong with the engine.
God damn it.
It's just down underneath where I'm at. It's down there.
Where's Oddwald?
That's what I'm asking.
Go, you damn lizard!
All right. Well, I hiss in anger and I go downstairs.
As you go downstairs. All right, you're in the first hold. What are you doing? This is where the hammocks and all this bullshit and kitchen, et cetera, et cetera. You investigate, you take a shit. What do you do?
I say, where's Oddwald?
There's no one down here that you can see. No one responds. You just see hammocks. Now there's plenty of places to look around.
Oh, I look around. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I look around. I'll knock
bid?
boxes over.
What do you bid?
I
This is player turn, by the way.
shall bid I will bid Ranger.
Yeah. As you go around, you see basically what the ship should look like until you happen to notice before that Oddwald was sitting on his ass, chilling out. You notice his bunk, his tea, it's all spilled over because the ship took a turn. His lunch spilled, half eaten, and one of his shoes. There's some ripped clothing as well.
I look at it and I flick my tongue out to try and smell it.
As you do, with your bit of Ranger still active, you can smell fear and blood. Boom, 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 boom. Another volley, so close. As you guys narrowly move past, you can hear the howling winds of the Great Drop storm approaching. What are you doing?
I will continue to look around.
Okay, as you continue looking around. All right, top of the round. The world. The Great Drop looms in front of you.
Oh.
The storm is roiling, not actually as bad as it was yesterday, but it's scary. The crew is white-knuckling it, holding on as the ship bobs and weaves, with Eros holding on to the wheel, Solidus gaining insight from mysticism, and Winchester, you fueling the engines here and there. Something which is antagonistic to you is about to happen. If you guys want to spend cunning, you can. That would allow you to go first.
Wait, what's that? Something first?
So the bad guys go first, but you can spend cunning to go ahead of them.
I will.
Oh, and Winchester, you can regain the cunning that you spent because it wasn't really in a round.
Yeah. Oh, I realized that. I'll definitely spend cunning.
Can you tell me what Armor of the Heart does? I just wanted to look it up, but I know this is sort of time sensitive. So
it gives you plot armor.
Yeah, I would just look it up.
Okay.
Okay,
hit
so
points.
that's cunning. Anyone else doing cunning?
I want to do cunning. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
Cunning.
you're all acting. It's on you. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to do what I did before with the evasive maneuver of the engine spiking.
The bip bop boop boop. Okay.
Bip, bip, bop, boo, and I'll yell up, all right, well, we'll do some engine spiking to try to fend off whatever the shit that they're trying to do. You
Sorry,
got it?
I feel like.
What do you
are
bid?
they trying to board us right now? Did you say
don't
that? You heard the
ask.
boom, 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 boom. Is that what you said?
They're shooting cannon fire at you,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
they're
that was.
shooting.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
and they're trying to close the distance and
Right.
then probably board you.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
yell. I'm gonna yell to the.
Well, hold on. Let me finish.
Oh,
let me
sorry.
finish his
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick.
Sorry.
Go ahead and what do you bid? And roll your chaos die.
I'm gonna use Callus to activate Aaron Flame.
Yep.
And
Make that chaos die. Don't get
the
a one.
chaos is a 1, so
I know.
that's exciting.
As
I'm
a
gonna use
spike
I got a
occurs,
6.
as you hold on, you get that success. So you have some narrative flair. Think about this. I'll let you describe how this bit bopping works, evasive action, in a second. Solidus, go ahead.
The basically, like, I want to. I have to. I'm not. I actually can't. I'm not ready to do. I have to look. I have to relook at all these like
Cool.
abilities I have. So I don't
Rock and
know.
roll.
I'm trying to
Left
tell the guy that steers stuff to like just. I want to get my knives, and I want to tell him to just keep going towards the eye of the storm. Essentially, I'm betting
I love
my. I'm betting my. All of our lives on that.
I love
I wanna
it.
go-
As you're gathering your knives,
Yeah.
and you're telling him that. We'll get to the bid and all that here in a second.
Yeah.
Because you're probably.
Oh, I
have
just
to
meant like
convince him.
generally. I'm bidding. I'm like, well, I'm betting it. But yeah, you tell me. Yeah. Sorry.
So think about look up what you got to look up, and we'll get to you in a second.
Okay. Thanks.
Leped, what you doing?
Lepid's going to continue to look around.
So you're in the first level. As you're looking around, you can tell no one is here, or not that you can tell. The trail, since you licked, the trail of fear and endorphins and such leads down into the hold, where you were before.
Okay. I'm going to go find the Marines.
Okay, so you go back up on deck. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. As you pop your head on deck, and you can see them. There's a couple of them, probably in the captain's hold. There's a couple of them on the sides, and near the harpoon guns. Probably one or two up on the actual blimp with their riflets. Maybe even taking shots. You can't really tell, but you can see a couple of them. Yes.
I walk over to them.
Okay, you walk over to one set of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I say, I think one of the crew members has been kidnapped or something. I think they're down below, but I need help.
This is Liz, the corporal you're talking to. She has her riflet rifle out as she's like locking it and checking it, and she's shouting at someone to get the harpoon and cursing that you guys only have harpoons. She looks over. What do you mean?
There's a crew member, well, possibly was a crew member, down below. I was looking for him.
Yes.
The only thing I found was his shirt and his shoes and fear.
She just sort of like shakes her head, looking up at you because she's like a Silta, like normal human height. You're a huge dragon. She says, "Well, go find him."
It's in the dark, and I'm a lizard.
She just sort of stares at you. Her mouth is like, go find him. She's like looking around. Do you see her take a shot? She's so good. You see that juggernaut. A guy falls off of it. Looking back at you. Go find him.
Can I borrow the knife?
She just hands you a knife. It's a big
All
old
right, now I'll go
dagger.
find
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like, a killing dagger. All right, so this is your cunning as you go down into the first place. Are you going to the second? You stay in the first.
Go to the second.
As you go down the second. You're back where you were.
Flick, tongue flick, tongue flick.
There's fear, danger ahead of you. As it's dark, you feel the rushing wind. You hear the howling wind of the great drop nearing. The ship starts to shudder with it. Get back to Solidus.
Okay.
For your cunning. What are you doing?
Black Agnes. I'm trying
Nice.
to look at what's going on with this other ship, and I'm trying to understand if we just need to literally keep going down as fast as possible, or if we need to stay the course and go a certain way, or if I just need to start shooting things.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you want to win, of course, and any way you can win is how you would do it.
I want to
You
stay
can-
alive and not get captured.
Yeah, with Black Agnes, this is what you can know.
Okay.
As you look at the scene, they are in a bigger, better ship than you. It is technically faster too because its engines are stronger, and it's much better armored and armed. Going toe to toe with it, you will likely lose. Maybe not, but you likely will. You cannot really outrun it. Dropping altitude gives you speed, which is really, really good. But eventually you run out of altitude and you hit the earth. So you only have so long to do that.
Yeah.
Escaping, they're high above you. Going into the storm is probably the best idea.
Yeah.
And it's an insane idea.
Yeah.
What their plan is to disable your ship, board it. They will probably sell all of you as slaves, rape and torture you, and steal all your shit in some order.
Mm-hmm.
That's
now,
what the Trosshawks do.
So does it seem like Eros is going to do what I said?
So, as you're doing Black Agnes, to know the strategy and whatnot, as you've told him to do this, he's holding on. The first mate said to hold course. So he is holding course into the eye.
Okay, great.
The question of will he falter is up in the air.
Mhm.
But right now, you're heading straight there.
Okay.
Okay. Cunning is over. Now we're in the antagonist turn. The ship. Another quarter of the energy goes down. Energy bolt. Out the back. Mage guy. This would be reflexive for you, so you don't need a bid for it. If you want to attempt to make up for the energy you just lost, you can throw it on air and flame. You
Yeah,
don't have to bid to do the action. This
I'll
is a
throw down.
throwdown.
Yeah,
It is 4 successes
yeah.
to have a clean success. Threshold 3.
I grab my wand, or not my wand, my staff, and I slam it into the ground, and it starts to light up, and it glimmers and shines and shakes, and I say, "Let the light flare!" and the
I love it.
runes start to light up, yeah.
So throwdown, this would be mind and
Yeah.
your action die. And then, you can
Can I use my
bid
staff?
your equipment. You can do
Yeah.
up to 2 equipment. And you also have your abilities you can activate with bids.
Yeah.
You can do up to 2 abilities.
All right. Gotcha. 1, 2. Mind this, and then I use that. And all right. Am I in hard mode, or can I roll and go?
What do you mean
as I
roll and go?
I didn't quite make it.
Do your stuff.
All right.
Do your stuff. You know what it is. It's threshold 3.
You said 4, I thought.
No. 4 to have a clean success.
Oh, 4 to have a clean success. Well,
Yeah, you want 4.
will. I think 1, 2, 3. And
remember your chaos die.
It's pretty good. I'm gonna use Fire Starter, which is a trait to activate the air and flame. Can I do that?
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
So
And
that
how
gives
many
me
upgrades do you have on it?
2 successes,
Yep. So you just need 2 more, and you got a clean success.
and that is 5 successes.
Nice. So total is 5. So that gives you a narrative point. I'm assuming you bid your staff, yeah?
Yeah. I had to.
As your staff, roll chaos die.
Oh, another one.
Don't roll a 1. Yeah, every time you do magic.
Yeah. Well, is that a different magic? All right, fine.
Every time.
That's a 5. Oh,
Awesome. So that's another success on top of that.
Yeah.
As
6.
maybe using some of your void magic, you grab your Luke Skywalker, your staff, ting, do exactly what you did. As your engine's at half power, but you're able to use your own concentration to juice this thing back up to 75%. As you are totally engaged, this arc of energy is going from you to the staff to the engine. Whoop, 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 whoop. Some of the deckhands are like, holy shit! Getting like blown back and whatnot as your hair is flying all over the place. Down below, there's a jolt. This is for Leopard in the ship, but you're able to keep your footing with your claws and the fact that the maids just made you guys not fall from the skies. Out ahead, you hear this clang, clang. Damn it. These curses. Cock. Deep in the ship, towards where the engine is. Someone is there, obviously, doing some fuckery. What you doing, Leopard? The action is on you. So this is play your turn.
I go down to the ship or to the engine room.
Okay, you just walking down there, hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay, as you walk, with their big dragon steps, whoever's in there obviously hears you and hides. So you get to the engine. Are you bidding something? Or are you just flicking your tongue? As in, are you bidding to be able to sense where they are by flicking your tongue?
So for a bid, can I use my abilities?
Yeah, anything that's a trait. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Preternatural instincts.
That's great. What are you using that for? What is your goal here?
To see if I can just sort of figure out where someone might have the most logical hiding spot for someone in this room.
And you're flicking your tongue out for that purpose?
Yeah.
As you taste the air, you sense the person. They're off to your left behind that, like in like a barrel. You also can taste a lot of blood in here. As with that, you can look and see under a tarp a bare foot.
A bare foot?
Not like a bear's foot, a barefoot.
I see.
There's a bear under a tarp in here.
I take my knife.
Okay.
And I poke it.
Okay. You poke the bare foot. It starts bleeding. Not really fast, but it does bleed. Otherwise, it doesn't move.
It doesn't. I then lift the tarp up.
You do. And to your horror, you see Oddwald, gutted, stem to stern, his eyes looking at you, blood pooled all around him, not quite coagulated. He hasn't been dead that long. You can roll a sanity roll. This is mind, so action and mind. You're looking for, threshold is 1, so you're looking for 2 successes. You note his other foot is not bare.
Awesome. So it is action and mind.
Yep. And this is a throwdown, so anything you want to add to it is just like every other roll.
That is a 10 and a 1. So that's
So you get flair for the 10. Nice.
So it's 2 successes with a flare.
Yep. So all you needed was 1. You got 2, so it's a clean success. As you don't freak out, you have seen death before, whether you like Oddwald or not. He is a warm-blooded mammal person. You know, you're an old guy, you've seen a lot of death. Maybe it disturbs you, it's up to you, but you don't freak out. However, you are turned the wrong way as the dude who is hiding in the barrel climbs out of it, leaps out at the dragon, and tries to club you in the back of the head. It turns out to be Saul Vendel, the artificer's mate. Trusted squire of Oddwald, as he's got a lead pipe. He's trying to brain you. All right. So this is a reaction roll. It'll be your grace or your brawn. It's up to you. So action die and either one of those aspects. Because he's got the jump on you, right? But you had sensed that there was a guy here. You're getting that reaction roll. The threshold to avoid this is 3. So you want 4 successes. He's trying to give you the what for. You note the engine. He's like been just taking parts of it off and using his knowledge has been dismantling it. But he's just an artificer's mate. He's not an actual engineer, thankfully.
All right, so I got 2 successes.
Okay.
And I will use.
Yep.
I will add my trait, Vestigial Third Eye.
Whoa. Okay.
Nice.
I mean, it makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. What is that trait for? What are you activating?
To see him a split second sooner and be able to.
Are you activating an ability?
Huh?
So you can use it to activate an ability.
Oh,
which has upgrades.
yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I will activate the ability of. I'm sorry, I got your document pulled up here, but.
Well, it has to have upgrades too. Do you have upgrades on these?
It's gonna have an upgrade, or it has to be an ability that like specifically deals with this. Some of the abilities like give you extra dice, or say, okay, well you can't be surprised, or whatever.
Right.
You can also do ninja gear if you want extra dice on this. Rules wise, just for Matty, to do a meaningful action, you always have to bid a trait. But if it is a reaction, all the rules are the same. You still make the same throwdowns and all that crap. You can still do everything you want, but you don't have to bid a trait to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. I got you. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Holker, what are we thinking? You want to do ninja gear? You want to do proficiency to re-roll a die? Or do you have an ability that has an upgrade on it?
I have Vestige of the Godhead, and I just upgraded it to 2.
All right. Tell me how that applies and activate it.
Some shamans are gifted with a power of presence that can move the hearts of Zens. The merry sound of their speech carries and booms through an echo of God's power, courses through their voices. In the moments of truth, when their gods lend them the power, these chosen exhibit the vestige of the Godhead. And the way it's going to manifest is
A sneeze.
my third eye catches them.
Oh God, that's like
Just a second. But this third eye, it's not. It just tells me, oh, maybe I should look around. Maybe I should turn around a split second. It doesn't. I can't necessarily see or form a very clear picture out of it, but it's there, and it gives me the reptilian part of my brain, which is in my case my
Most
entire brain.
Yeah.
It gives me a signal, and I just act on it.
Yeah, as you spin around, getting
And-
how many successes total? Go on.
So that would be what, 3 more? Or
You
no,
get 2 on your
2 more.
dice, and then 2, so
yeah,
4.
so 2 dice plus 2 upgrades.
So clean success.
Yes.
Yep.
I spin around and
Red round baby.
let out a very loud hiss. Right?
As your maw just opens up.
Yeah, and I bear a lot of teeth.
As you velociraptor out, he's midair flying at you. Did you do brawn or grace?
I did grace.
Okay, so grace means you're moving out of the way as you spin around, and he freaks out at this, drops his lead pipe, but his momentum carries him through the air as he slams into the side of the hull and falls down on his ass as he's at your feet, crawling away from you, away from the engine. So the engine is behind you, sparking and arcing, by the way, like pop locking behind you. And in front of you is him and the door where he can escape as he's trying to boot scoot,
I take the knife
butt scoot away.
and I will attempt to step on him and stab him.
All right, so this is the last round. World action occurs. You guys enter the storm.
I guess I'll spend cunning again.
Okay, so the antagonists are going. You can drop cunning to go before them. This is what they're doing. So, Matty, this is one of the benefits of cunning as well, is you can kind of hear a little bit of what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, there is a fight going on below, which no one is really sure is going on. 2. The Juggernaut has dipped its nose and is coming in after you. So this is straight up stolen from every Star Trek episode that has a nebula, as well as the Wrath of Khan. Okay? So, it's coming after you. As Eros is like, I've got to turn off course, and he's about to. All right. Actions on you guys. Are you doing cunning? You go. If you don't, antagonists go and they get to shoot at you first, basically.
I'm gonna spend cunning and do kind of what I did before because I'm tired of being in the engine room. I'm gonna fucking Disney Mickey Mouse this thing to like operate on its own.
Oh God.
You know, it's like college. You take a few classes, realize that's not really what you like to do.
Yeah, I mean it's not really my thing. You know,
Yeah,
so
You
I'm gonna
take
use
one class and then you think you're an expert.
If you leave your mage's staff,
yeah.
because of the way you Gandalfed it and you described it, if you leave your mage's staff, it will continue doing that. But
Yeah.
you'll have to bid a trait and roll your chaos die every round until you want it to end.
Right. Oh.
But you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean,
And for your information, your action is having an effect, it's raising the threshold for them to hit you as you're doing evasive bips and pops, so they're not blowing you out of the sky.
Right. Well, I'm going to use my gift, Sorcerer Supreme, to get my mage staff to activate, air and flame to do the right thing for the time being, so I can go somewhere else. And so, like, I kind of get what I've been doing, and I'm like, okay, repeat.
You set the macro and step back. As you step out of the circle, your hands out, you're like, is Siri actually, mage staff Siri going to do it? Roll your chaos die. We'll find
You're like
out.
Magic GPT.
My
Magic GP. That's a pip. You get a pip.
That's a 5.
All right, so you get a success. So you get a pip as well as you move back, and it's like, whoop, still going. Still going.
Cool.
Bullets are ricocheting off the deck as they are shooting at you guys. You
Right.
see a couple crew members like get hit. You see the first mate take one, winged, spin around, and goes down as Eros is like, ah! He's about to turn. As you guys are in the storm, but he's freaking out. So, Winchester, you've set this thing up. Where are you going?
I'm gonna run up to where I can see what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna go run up and stand next to the
On
where
the navigation
is.
deck.
Yeah.
Well, the captain's, as far as you know, he's in his hold and his room, and it's locked.
No,
hasn't come
where
out.
the captain is. Where the captain should be.
That's where Eros is.
Where
Eros is at the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's at the wheel. I can't see him. I can only. So I'm gonna.
You run up there. You see Eros. You see the first mate lying face down, bleeding.
Yeah. Oh.
And you guys are getting shot at. What are you doing up here? Eros is screaming.
I'm going to activate my air and flame, and try.
You see behind you, the Juggernaut gaining on you all.
I'm gonna try and shift the winds so that when the bullets head towards us, the winds will affect the bullets and what they're firing on
Good.
us.
Awesome. What do you bid?
I'm gonna bid mage to harness the winds and the power, and I'm probably floating along with everything else in this
You might
moment.
fly off decks, but yeah.
Probably floating
if you,
a little bit.
you might
pulling some
fly off
Gs.
deck if you do that.
I'm definitely pulling
All right.
some G's.
As you lift up, and it is, I mean, you're in the beginnings of a cyclone. It's pretty easy to do. There's so much energy here, but the chaos die. So roll that.
Yeah. Chaos dies. I'm gonna roll my fancy random. I got a 4.
Boom! As these bullets, you're like Neo. You see them like coming at you. As
But I'm trying to make
you
it
are
like
sending.
ship wide.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's ship wide,
yeah.
absolutely. It clinks off some stuff, but no one's getting hit. And so like, holy shit, you're like floating there. Your hair is actually wrapped around your head. It's like strangling. You can't breathe, right?
Oh no. Oh no.
That's not what's happening. You look badass. Your hair's like all like fucking going out, like fucking Trent Reznor. Okay. What about you? Solidus.
All right. Well, I got an idea. So,
So this is cunning. Go on.
oh, this is cunning now?
This is the cunning round.
Oh, okay. Let's see. The last thing I was thinking about doing was right. Well, I'm gonna continue, and I'm gonna spend the cunning, continuing to look at the what's it called? The big
The Juggernaut.
the Juggernaut. I'm gonna be scanning it to figure out where
You
its
see the name.
weakness is. The name of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says
yeah.
Big Bitch.
Nice. So during cunning, can I like what kind of actions am I gonna do? I just tell you what I'm doing, or is it like I can
No.
also try to do it?
So when you spend cunning, you get a turn. So it's just like a normal turn.
Okay. So so I want to I have this trait called Shrewd to the Death that I got yesterday.
Okay.
Can I use that today?
Yeah. What are you trying to do?
Okay. So I want to combine a bunch of things, and so hear me out. Here's the idea: is that
Go for
I
it.
want to use Crippling Strike, Shrewd to the Death, and like.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I think Master at Arms. I
What are
want
you
to
trying to
grab.
accomplish?
I want to grab whatever weapon we have, because you said earlier there's only these like light ballista things or whatever.
They're 2 harpoons,
2 harpoons,
and then the Marines have some arms. Yeah.
So I want to try to make a crippling strike on the Juggernaut with one of those things. I want to pick the thing up and be like, how am I going to make this stop that?
You can't pick it up, but it's a ballista because it's.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what So like, I want to go use that to like hit what I think is the weakest point.
Okay.
Essentially.
I love it.
Yeah.
You run up to the aft harpoon. There's a Marine there and a few crewmen that are like angling it and whatnot. They've shot a few as they're reloading it. You take a hold of it. What do you bid? And go for it.
All right. So, like I said, so I'm gonna bid my Shrewd to the Death trait. So I'm gonna be looking at the armor and be like, where is this spot that's gonna like? I want to crack. I want some part of this thing to like crack off. So I'm thinking like, probably I'm gonna try to like. I'm gonna take out my daggers, do that same thing I did, which is like throw them down, and then I'm gonna grab the thing and be aiming it at some part of their mast where I think I can knock it off. That's what I'm gonna, I think, be trying to do. Basically,
you're trying to hurt the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and throw down. As you start throwing your daggers into the deck, people are moving back, wondering what this witch is doing. The Marine is looking at you, like kind of stepping back, but sees that you're maybe up to something. As you aim and you're trying to get the right aim, go ahead and throw down. This would be, we'll say Grace.
All right, I got a 9 for my Grace. Oh wait, I have to roll an 8, so I roll a 10 by accident. So do I have an action die that goes with it? So that would be the 9.
You always have an action die.
All right, so I got the 9 for that one, and I got a 5 for my Grace.
So that's how many successes?
All right, that's 2 successes.
So if you got a 9, that's 2.
Oh, that's 2. So that's 3. Sorry. Okay, great.
Okay.
I forgot about the 8 plus. Yeah.
So the threshold for a called shot like this, is usually a little bit higher, especially if it's a vital part of the ship.
Right.
Now, some things you just can't do. It's too well armored or it's too well protected or whatever. But you can affect it. If you're hitting a vital spot, you can actually deal real damage to that ship, make them have to do real repairs. And that's what we're going for here.
Yeah.
The threshold to do this on a Juggernaut, which is well guarded, right? Well armored.
Yeah.
Is 5.
Okay. Can he bid
6?
Can he bid the crossbow?
Yes, he can.
And what is the dice on that?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just say that I stuck one of my daggers right in the crossbow.
I love it. Okay, so your daggers. That is one of your abilities, right?
Seemingly, this is like I have these fucking magical daggers that are awesome.
Yeah. But the daggers, that is a piece of your ninja gear.
Right. So I will.
Okay, so that's a D4.
Okay, cool.
So you got a D4. You had your throwdowns. You got it 3. So you get that extra D4.
Yeah.
Okay, you're bidding the harpoon as well.
Right.
The harpoon will give you a D8.
Okay.
Extra die.
Okay. I got a 2 on the D4 and a 6 on the. So I got 1 extra success. That's all.
Okay, so that's 4.
Right.
You need 5 for limbo. So you've done both of your ninja gear. You can do your abilities. You get 2 abilities.
Right.
You could do, and you can also do re-rolls as many as you want.
Okay.
Like if you rolled a 2 on a D8, you could probably do a
then you'd want to re-roll it.
Or if
right. Well, I rolled a 2 on my D4, and I don't really want to re-roll a D4.
Yeah, it's a 25% chance. Yeah,
is not a great. It's worked for me in the past, but that was dire.
I have another.
think I can do. Well, so there's the. I mean, I don't know if this would count, but it's like approaching the Buddha with the sword.
Oh yeah,
It's like
that's
harpoon?
the harpoon is not that far from a throwing knife in a certain way. I don't know. That's one thought.
Go for it.
And then
Go for it.
there's
In this
also, like,
situation, I think
I
it's
also
fun.
have I also have underdog background maybe or like which is a trait I guess, but okay. So anyway, yeah. So that's the only one I can do. I think.
So you're going to
that's
activate approaching Buddha with a sword. How many upgrades you got?
I have no upgrades on this. Oh, that's only the things with the upgrades, right? That sucks. Okay. Yeah.
No, approaching Buddha actually does a very specific thing.
Yeah, I think that's
Right,
when they
right.
attack you. You can you can defend yourself against multiple people, and you lose
Yeah,
the
so-
ability to.
So maybe I could use that to get a second shot.
Nope.
Doing the same thing.
No, it's more of a defensive.
Actually, taking multiple shots, you can just do. It gives you an
Yeah.
extra die. Or it's actually a chaos die. The thing is, this harpoon only shoots
Yeah.
one harpoon.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Okay, so
yeah.
you can do breath, or someone can aid you.
What are pips? I have a bunch of these pips.
Pips,
I
pips,
could- I
won't,
could say
pips
that-
won't apply to it.
Oh, I guess I
Sorry?
can't aid him with my mind, but I can aid him with my wits, maybe.
Well, your wind is going in the same direction as my
Yeah,
arrow
so-
or my harpoon.
So, like, I can say, use the wind. I'm channeling in that direction. You just got to get in
So
the
you
freaking.
can, so you can give him your wits. Go.
Yeah.
What bid do you do to do that, Ken?
Oh shit! I gotta
So you got a bit of trait to aid. And then what is your wits die?
Sardonic, which is a positive trait for me.
What's the wits die?
It's a D6.
Okay, so you get an extra d6.
Okay. All right. Three. Oh man, that sucks.
You could.
Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to wrap this up. Proficiencies or no?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to
You
do
could-
proficiencies or no?
You
Yeah,
could re-roll the
definitely.
D6
Okay,
if you use
re-roll.
a proficiency.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Just
Can
mark
I
off
reroll
proficiencies.
the D4 and the D6?
You can re-roll as much as you want. You just mark
Okay,
off
okay.
proficiencies.
You could. Yeah.
God, those two sucked again.
Oh,
What are these proficiencies that I'm working off of?
Bottom
they're in the
left
bottom
of your proficiencies.
Left. You get 6 of them to
You-
start.
You probably have
Oh,
6.
right. Okay, right. Yeah, well, all right. I'm gonna do another fucking reroll these crap guy. Okay, all right. I got a 5 and a 3 finally. So okay, that gives
So
me
you're limbo.
6. Well, that gave me 6.
You're at 6?
Yeah, it's 6.
I got
Okay.
3,
So you're
4,
at 6. It's fine.
Right.
You're at 6.
Oh my
Boom!
god.
This harpoon, right as you're about to shoot it, you hear Winchester. Use the wind as you angle into the wind. The harpoon is true. Going towards the mast as the wind moves it. The juggernaut shifts a little bit. It misses the mast. Cling, 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 cling. Off tons of armor. You see runes in the air, protective runes protecting it. Cling, 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 cling. As the harpoon is like whoop, 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 whoop. Just sparking and turning into ashes.
Oh wow.
But not before it slams into the chest of the dude driving their boat. As he flies off his feet into the other mast, because they have multiple masts on their ship. And there's the juggernaut's like from behind you. Down below. Lepid.
I'm just gonna say I have to fall over and lose a turn. That was too much luck. It's just like, oh man, I'm like just like
Lepid,
slumped
this dude is
over.
getting up on his feet. You see him fumbling around for something. Of course, it's a gun! Fucking wheel gun. He's gonna shoot you and run over. What are you bidding?
What am I bidding?
Yeah. Always, what are you bidding?
Always, always, always. What am I bidding? I bid it a lot.
Pissed, I don't have a tail. It could be anything. You're stepping on him, trying to. He's gonna try to
I
stop
don't
it.
have a tail. I love that.
No, I'm gonna bid my focus, which is burning.
Awesome. So, threshold is normally 4, but because he's on his ass, threshold of 3, you need 4 successes.
So which
Roll
one
it.
would this be?
This would be action die, so D10,
Yeah.
and your grace or your brawn.
Okay.
Depends on how you want to do it. Remember, you have
I got 2 successes.
great. You need at least 3. So remember, this is just like every other roll. You got your proficiencies, you got your ninja gear, you got your abilities.
Okay. Then I will bid my remaining ability, which is when plans go awry. That also has 2 because of the upgrades.
Oh, love it. So boom. How many are you at?
4.
Yeah, so that's clean success. You beat it by 1, so that's an extra point of damage. So what kind of knife do you have? We'll say it's a big fucking like cleaver knife, so it's a D4 plus 1. So roll a D4 and plus 2, since you beat him by 1.
So that's a 4 total.
Okay, you do a 4 damage as you step on him and stab him right in the gut. And he's trying to get away as he pulls up his gun. Bam! Tries to shoot at you. This will be your brawn or your grace reaction. So action die, D10, in either brawn or grace. His threshold is 2 because you're stabbing him, and he's on his S2. This is for you to get out of the way.
I got 1 success.
Just like every other roll, you can do everything I said before.
And I will add. I'll bid my ninja gear.
Okay, which one?
The knife.
Okay, gives you D6. Make note of that.
That did not help.
You use any proficiencies?
I will use a proficiency.
I'd use a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got some.
I will use another proficiency. One more.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, what'd you get?
So that is 2 successes.
Okay, you're at limbo, which means it's half damage.
Yeah.
All right. As this guy pulls out, roll me a D12, but before you tell me what it is, Matty, tell me high or low. Matty, say high or low.
Sorry, I forgot that I pressed the mute. Hi.
High?
Yeah.
It's low, unfortunately.
Okay. As he pulls out, a hand cannon. Ah! All right. We're going to see how much damage it does. Ken will roll me a D6, and Hattie will roll me a D6.
I'm going to roll my shitty dice that always rolls bad. I rolled a 1!
Oh, goddamn, nice. Nice.
I got a 4.
All right, so that's 5 damage, rounds up. So it'd be 5 plus 1, so 6. So rounds up to 3. 3 damage. Boom! As you get shot, your shoulder, the what are they called? Scales on your shoulder explode off, crack. There's a little bit of your blood as he just shot you. As you stick the knife in, are you going to kill him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. How do you kill him? Because you have a knife in his belly and you're stepping on him. So how do you do this?
So I stick the knife in them. And
boom!
Yeah. And I bite his face.
Oh yeah.
As he's like, and you crush his head like a fucking velociraptor. So you get the trait, velociraptor.
Nice.
Make a sanity roll. So be mind and your action die.
What's the trait again?
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor.
Or clever girl, or whatever you want to call it. And make a sanity roll. So mind and action die. This would be a threshold of 2. If you fail this, you're going to get a taste for blood. Den of Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Or non-Zunth blood, I should say.
It's not
Oh, I
cannibalism.
fail. No successes.
Yeah, so you get a trait, or it should say a flaw. Taste for blood. As you eat this guy's face, you guys careen into the storm. As visibility goes to basically zero, except on the ship where all the winds that Winchester is whirling about, you can see on the ship. Normally you wouldn't be able to. The runes, the magical runes protecting the ship are a light. You see almost ghost hands of a multitude of beings like harpy things attacking the ship. The runes protecting you from the evil spirits as the engines are kicking. In the darkness, something looms. It turns out it's a fucking the edge of a mountain. The ship hits it. Cut to cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
Dun-dun-dun! As you're all holding on, going down, going straight, you can't tell. Goes dark. You hear a velociraptor in the distance. And we'll see what happens next time. Okay. Very well. You all, did anyone get a major or minor goal? Do you have major or minor goals?
Yes.
Yes.
What were your major goals and minor goals?
Oh no, I didn't get any, but I have them.
Oh, okay, good. You have them. Anyone achieve one?
Yeah. My goal was to acquire light armor or a weapon.
Awesome. So you got a minor goal. You get 1 XP and 1 pip. You get 1 cunning back and 1 breath back if you spent it. All right. Anyone else? Okay. Think on writing down major and minor goals. Everyone will get an advancement. So right now, you got 4 if you haven't spent them. Okay. So now you have a good idea of how to spend them. Remember, those proficiencies are really good. Upgrades, abilities you actually want, folding the story into ninja gear. That's really where you want to spend them. This will be a new scene. So all of your traits that you've spent that are exhausted, you get them back. You're recovered.
Oh, nice.
All your proficiencies, you recover. Any plot armor you've taken, so the only one that's actually been hurt, I think, is Lepid. You get that back. You do not get back cunning or breath. Okay? All right. That's all. You guys cool with this for next Monday? Is it cool to? I mean,
Yeah.
I expect this like 2 or 3 more games would wrap everything up.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we should get Miller in on this. I think he'd be a good addition. You know, he'd be like a random crew to add. That'd be great.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys are getting into the actual adventure part of this. This is honestly, you just went through the prologue.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to the fucking eye of the storm.
Yeah. The
Or the
eye of the
bottom-
storm is where you're going.
The bottom
You're
of
going
it.
there.
Yeah, we're there.
I think I
Awesome.
figured out which house my guy is from.
Good. Which one?
Yeah.
Is it Hull?
I think it's a group, but it's like the red something.
Oh yeah, the Red Hand of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like maybe like a redhead spire.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
like it said, it was a group of assassins.
Yeah, you could absolutely be so they're
I
called
think
Doom
That's That's
or a
that's,
Red
like,
Hand.
It just
Yeah.
made the most sense, you know. I think that like I'm doing something for that group. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
Yeah.
look in the Codex of Mastery and in I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
It's the combat one. And
treaty-
you'll Treaties of War.
Yeah.
And you'll see some assassin shit specifically for
Right.
them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it just makes sense in terms of like, and the place the guy's from, I think matches like how I was seeing him. It's actually like, I don't know if you've seen the Wheel of Time series.
A little bit.
You know how that Aiul group, it's kind of like dressed like them, basically, like kind of head wrap, like wrap, that kind of thing.
But either way, yeah. I don't know if you read the books, but there's
only a
descriptions
little.
of the same. Yeah. So either way,
Ken, look through some of the ninja gear in the book for things like a chaos gem and that kind of stuff, or Grothard's globe, and that you can find some of that on the ship. You can't have everything, but you can find a couple of it.
Cool.
And some elixirs and shit like that. And there are weapons, Lepid, the Marines have that you could potentially use. Okay, I'm gonna bounce because I have to use the bathroom like it's on.
See you later.
Wait, you got to roll if you're going to use the bathroom.
I got to roll. I got a bid. All right, see you guys.
Got a bid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
I'll be on later.
Thanks everyone for playing and staying tuned and doing all the things that we do for the Geeky Gamer Podcast and the stuff that we do. This
great job.
episode, featured myself, Bill, Matty, and Hulker. We have a Patreon, and y'all fuckers with money better give us some, and we'll share the love. But
yeah, we'll work on the tagline there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like being condescending towards people to give us money is not necessarily
It's an experience. You're not for sale, but they're kind of for sale.
Yeah, no, we're not for sale. You can't buy us, but you can give us money. Mr. Interrupt.
I rolled a D30 and I got a 20. So
nice. All lowercase letters. They played some of this music in the background. Couchfire Media has art media production. Trois Rebellion Productions fucked off about 2 years ago, and it's probably best, I guess. This is Monday game night. See you next week.
See you guys.
Peace out.